Yeet. Hello. I just wanted to show my support for PewDiePie from the redneck states of America. And so I'm going to T-pose and say subscribe to PewDiePie until I get bored and decide to stop recording. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Help, my arms hurt. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 Do it. Subscribe to PewDiePie. 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 I landed on my Nintendo Switch, so I think I broke it. Bye.
What just happened?
I subscribed to PewDiePie.
Okay.
Subscribe to PewDiePie. Do it. Subscribe to PewDiePie, Ian.
I already have.
Do it again. Double subscribe.
Already have.
Triple subscribe.
Actually, I already have.
He's fucking
Did you break my Switch?
No comment.